maybe I kind of am. There's going to be some bubbles, but I'm trying to do a little bit less bubbles because, you know, it's okay to be different. Okay, less bubbles. And I'm not going to sprinkle any more of the dye on here. We're just going to bake like this. Normally I would have at least 2 pans going, sometimes a baking rack on top of that, but I'm just going to do that right now because with this one, I'm going to dip the paper and I am going to sprinkle a little more on top. I can get a spoon. That's not how I roll. Anybody have any fun plans for Friday? I think I'm going to take Letty out for a cup. Not just because I want my own coffee drink. But we left her home alone last night. She doesn't like to be home alone. She tries to gnaw on our little hands. Not aggressively, but she lets us know that she's not happy. I'm glad she didn't leave us a steaming pile of something to show us that she's not happy, because that's happened before. Oh, I bet. Lots to do. In a good way, I hope. Good things to do. That means no. I want to watch. What was it that I was watching? Somebody had recommended watching Evil on Netflix. I think it was Evil, right? So I'm gonna be watching that. I'm also gonna make myself coffee. Anybody want something to drink? Carlos, I don't have any lemons. So I know you like lemonade. I do have this. It's totally cheating. It's been a long time since I have made lemonade from scratch. Like a long time. Long time. People eat. I had to think again. Wait, do I need to change my gloves for this? Beetroot tops. Are they actually edible and safe to consume? Yes, they are. Oh. Sorry, guys. That snuck up on me. I couldn't run out of the room. I'm catching the last few episodes of Bridgerton later. I've already watched them. Excuse me. Let me know if you want to discuss. I won't do spoilers, but I will tell you that wasn't my desired ending. But it sounds like, yeah. Knocked what out yesterday? Oh, the episodes? I finished those. It was a while. It was a little while ago. A while ago. I talk as if it was ages ago. It was like, a week or two ago. A week or two ago, I did that. Yes. Oh, yesterday? Stop it. I didn't know that. Okay, this is fresh information. Lapaka. So part 2 of the new Bridgerton season came out yesterday.
The rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Are you really going to work today? Okay, just checking. Because we can all watch that. Guess what? Paper dyeing on hold, everybody. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I didn't watch that. You're up till 2:30 in the morning watching. Well, that will be me because guess what? Guess what? And I'm telling you right now, if Lapaka falls asleep, I'm gonna keep watching it, and then I'm gonna act surprised when I watch it with him after that. Facts. Complete 100 facts. 100%. Welcome in. We're dyeing paper and talking about the new Bridgerton that I didn't know about. So, Carlos, thank you for letting me know. I'm about to have my first coffee of the day. I'm not kidding. Hey, welcome in. Oh, no, let's not do that. No, it's not. I'm not trying to end. All right, so the gray is not happening in the oven, so this will be an air dry thing. It's a very light green because I know the tea dyed looks a little aged though. As long as it doesn't smell, that'd be really cool. The tea dyed one, it does different things when you air dry it too. But I'm still gonna bake this one, and then we're gonna air dry some because I would like to see gray paper. Thank you very much. I know, I'm excited to watch that. That would be a lot of fun. So much fun. So much fun. And I'm sure we're going to use that. I have quite the setup for air drying, let me tell you. Welcome in, Lab Mom. Would you like a coffee? Happy Friday. We're dyeing paper, but we're going to end up air drying it. Oh, coffee's so good. So for the beet paper, you said we can opt for just the plain paper with nothing on it. Oh yeah. And I remember, Carlos, you had mentioned wanting some of that paper too, didn't you? I feel bad I did not let you know when that page dried because you wanted some of the with a lot of the stuff on it, the beet powder. Here, let me. But yeah, totally. Especially during the live. If you tell me what you want, I'll pack it. I'll do a 6-page one for you if you want. Because I know you wanted to paint on it. I don't know how many you wanted to paint on. not my favorite when the pans do that. I just wanted to mention I want some without any designs, just really red. Yes, I can make sure that they're really red. Oh, you did, didn't you? Thank you for your purchase. I didn't see that, and I was looking right at the whatnot. Can you do me a favor? Could you let me know so I can say thank you? Thank you very much. Love you. Stay safe. We're dyeing paper. Yes, really red. I'll let you pick your pages. No stencils, of course. I know this is there's one page you were talking about like this one too. And so full disclosure, they're not color fast. I did do the test. I don't know if you all were here when I rubbed a piece of the white lace on there. My hands were dry. Nothing came off. But also last week I did do a water fast or a color fast test and showed you guys that it can come off with water. Ooh, this makes it actually a light green. Oh, you're so sneaky. So sneaky. And thanks for telling me about those Bridgerton episodes because I wouldn't know. Yes. Now I will, in fact, I can, Letty and I are going to be dyeing more paper this afternoon so we can work on that one. We can 100% work on that one. Hey, Talassa. Did I say that right? I hope I didn't butcher it. Please help me say your name correctly. Names are important. This is turning out a little on the green side. This window just really brightens everything up. It looks like a light green or like a greenish yellow, which, if you know I've been wanting to make a rainbow set of papers. So I have red. I just need orange, yellow, and green because I have blue and I have purple. Welcome in, welcome in. I have purple, but this is like I don't know. It kind of looks like a really light green, but I'm going to do parsley for green. Oh, and it doesn't, to me, it doesn't have a smell. Let's ask the pocket. Do you feel like this paper has a smell? Well, you can't smell. Okay, allergies. He can't smell, so he doesn't know. But I wanted to put some more. Thank you for coming to hang out. I hope class goes well. Thank you for telling me about the new Bridgerton episodes. We'll be watching that tonight. I will completely wait for my husband to come home so we can watch it together. I won't act surprised later if I've already seen it. I don't do that. Actually, I haven't done that in a while. In my defense. Let's add some more to these already baked papers. I want to see. Actually, no. Can I dip it? Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Let's dip some more. This doesn't always make a difference, but these were already baked. They're very light green. I'm going to try this before I sign off and work on my own stuff. But this was really fun. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Ooh, if you ever do try to dye with boiled beet tops, they smell like grass in the compost pile. You know, like, did you ever put grass clippings in a compost pile, or did you grow up with that? That's what that smell is. Not my favorite. Hey, Bish! Yay! How are you? I'm just dyeing some paper. I wish I could show you all the true colors of it, but this window over here is really brightening it up. But I have beet paper, I have tea paper, And this is all, so I know that you like, you know, doing really well. I get to play with paper. But all of these papers that I dye with are from the thrift store. Like these reams of blank paper, thrift store. These repurposed papers, thrift store. I'm a big fan of adopting paper because what if nobody ever does? Like, I don't want this stuff to get thrown away. I'm not a fan of really anything getting thrown away. Me too. And I know, yes, paper products may be some of the easiest to repurpose, but I don't have to like, do anything super hard to save stuff from the landfill. Like, and I love it too. So any day I get to play with paper is a really good day. Bye. Stay safe. I promise I'll wait to watch Bridgerton. Oh, great. Now I got to keep my promise. It makes me sad too. I actually found, because I'm getting my stock ready for next month's Waste Not Wednesday, because that's going to be my very first train, by the way. I've never been in a train. I'm very nervous. I'm just getting nervous. This is going to happen. But I have all kinds of things lined up, so I'm going to try to auction off as much stuff as I can during the show. I've got a ton of like Stampin' Up stamps. I did. I saw that, and my message might not have come through. I was like, wait, those are extra pieces, and I love them because I would like to make my inspiration for that is, welcome back, Daisy. My inspiration for that is I want to make, those traveler's journals that, people have with like leather or faux leather. I want to make it with that, but I'm trying to think of a way to make it look really nice. And so I can double that. I'm like, oh, Bish knows me. Mr. Bish, welcome. Stop following me. That's funny. Can I offer you guys some coffee? Happy Friday. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope they get that sorted for you. I know. That happened my third day on Whatnot. I'm trying to buy stuff. It was in the Plus Size Gals auctions, the trims that I got. And I was like, oh my goodness. But, it was like, oh, it happens a lot. I know. Calm your bits. We're trying to get treasures. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so stressful and definitely not anything somebody wants to do on a Friday. I was showing everybody, and these are all made with repurposed paper, but these are the beet papers. Some of this is with beetroot powder. Some of this is with actual beets. And I've been letting everybody know that when you get hand-dyed paper, and I mean, I'm guessing when people do it themselves too, but I think it has to just depend on the level of the dye, right? I don't know. I haven't tested it on all other papers, but I'm guessing all dyed paper with actual, like, if they're not color fast, you can actually flatten your paper, put a stencil on here, make sure the stencil's flat on the paper, even if you have to weigh it down on the corners and stuff, and then spray it with water, and then you can make cool designs in it just by using your paper. So that is something that clicked in my brain that I'm sharing that little tidbit with everybody. Whether you dye your own papers or you want to buy some from the bins. And this is the tea-dyed paper. I use the Tazo tea, not the brown tea. Isn't this cool? I like this. It looks a little bit really similar to the blueberry paper, but a little on the grungy side. I like grungy. The 90s were pretty fun. I also don't think I knew any better. So there's some of the blue ones. So those are fun. Those will be great for projects and books that I'm working on. Hey, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Doing a little dyeing paper experiment. I don't know if you guys can see. So the beetroot tops are supposed to produce a gray paper, but the person in the video air dried them. So that's what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up air drying these today because they turned out kind of green. Oh, I do kind of smell like, did you, Or did you ever grow up or know anybody who put grass clippings in their compost and then like in the summer it's like really like hot old grass clippings? That's what the beet tops smell like. So if this paper smells, it's coming with a huge disclaimer. But I also would love to like scan them and double sided. And you know how we buy paper from all kinds of other people, right? There's also going to be those options to use that so it doesn't stink. I might use those in my books that I'm making. I don't want them to be stinky books. But the tea paper smells amazing, and so does the beet powder. Just throwing that out there. It's a lot of fun. Anybody want some coffee? Happy Friday. I don't know if anybody in here watches Bridgerton, but Carlos just told me that they dropped Daisy responded because Bish says, "Tell them to calm their bits," and Daisy responded, "I know I know Bish, they need to calm their tits." What? No, it's not censoring us. I think I have the explicit on. That was funny. I don't know if any of you saw, were there, I think you were there, Daisy, but Creative Curiosities was pounding flowers. And the flower pounding was funny. I kept getting muted because they thought rosemary was a person. Because I wanted to try, like the flower pounding, I wanted to try the rosemary plant. So anyway, that was funny. I guess you had to be there, but I think it's funny. Yeah, I was like, it's not a person. I'm trying to pound the plant. Never mind. Forget it, whatnot. I had the giggles that night. That was funny. It's been fun times. I haven't been counting the days or the weeks, but I think it's been just over a month since I started out here. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, very inspiring. And I know Bish, Mr. Bish, y'all were the part of the first group. Mr. Bish sent me my first tip. Y'all were super awesome and still are. So I like hanging out here. You know what I also like doing? Sometimes I will do a live show. And I know I always, whatnot, if you're listening, I always have stuff in my bins. I always have stuff in my bins, even if I don't auction. So don't come at me. But sometimes I will do a live show and then do screen grabs to make videos, to put videos elsewhere. And people are really liking the stuff that gets created. Let me try. It's a fun group. It's a fun group. I have my whole day reserved for, well, actually all of the trains I'm on now for Waste Not Wednesday next month, first Wednesday of the month, which is going to be my very first. So most of the day to chill. And then I have the Wild and Weird PNW, which is a half-hour show, which is cool because I'm going to be nervous for that one too. And because I live in the Pacific Northwest in the U.S., and then the Witches of Whatnot. So all of those, I have all my time booked for the trains. Woo! Bookmark shows. I know. And I think I don't know. Being newer here, our summers must be a huge time for trains, or are they always a huge time for trains? Because I know that once the trains get going for the day, it's like, oh, I don't mind chilling. Because I know there's lots of trains going on. And I like seeing the themes too. I like the steampunk theme. I didn't know I would like that so much, but I really do. But I'd love to do a live show. I'm going to be carving my own stamps, making my own stencils for the Witches of Whatnot train. And I'm super excited. I got some skull ice molds. I know, I saw that. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta save some dollars. Because that is so creative. Oh my goodness. And I like that people started posting ideas because overthinking is my superpower. So I was like, what if what if, not that I think they would do this, but what if like it's like, oh, Dion, that wasn't right. You didn't understand the assignment, And so when people are posting their ideas, I'm like, oh, okay. And it's inspiring me. And it's like, okay, my ideas are good enough. Like, of course they are. It's just working through my own head, right? But I'm so inspired by what everybody is talking about, working on. I love it. I love it. I love it. So doggone much. Let's do the first page that we're going to let air dry. Let this one air dry. Gory and horror nutcrackers. So on my list, I have, excuse me, I'm allergic to everything outside. So everything that's going on, we're sniffling about it. But I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to show you guys. You can see it now or you can see it on replay. It's up to you. So I have, for the Witches of Whatnot train in July, for those of you watching, you can bookmark the show. And if you're watching on one of the platforms that I multicast on, we are here on Whatnot doing a live show. And that's why I don't respond to comments right away. But I will later on. And thank you for watching. So I have these. I hope this works. I'm going to do book pages with Mod Podge and make little 3D skulls. And so in Nightmare Before Christmas, they have the ornaments that are on the garlands and the ornaments that have like the hollies and the bows on top. I'm making little skulls. I have bigger ones available, so I probably will still use these, but I'm really hoping that works. I've also got some resin molds coming in that I bought from Uniquely Me Resin I'm going to try. So I really hope that works because I love using old book pages. It would just hurt my heart, metaphorically, not literally, but to see like old books and book pages in like the landfill. But they're beautiful. So I want to use that. And so if you watch Nightmare Before Christmas, so Jack has an eye on his door. And also, one of the guys, I think he plays a saxophone. He's got those big eyes. He's in the band. So I'm going to make some eye ornaments and then put like a little red bow and a bell, or even if I find a little piece of plastic holly, not real because that's poison to animals, I believe. So, but I'm going to make some of these ornaments, and then I would like to make the box because they have on Nightmare Before Christmas, there's a present that's like covered in, it's orange paper with a spider pattern. I would love to make those boxes, but that's going to be the next tier because I'm going to do the eyes and then use bells on the decorations. Do the skulls. I have bigger ones, but with Witches of Whatnot or whatever I like to make, I like this. So I'm exploring my side that I want to create on. So I'm excited. Oh, really? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm super excited because I wanted to, like, when they said, like when Faye said, it's really dark. So like go on the darker side of Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm like, I'm cool with that, but like, what if I don't catch on to like what's dark and that's just like normal for me? So, but I wanted to do that because those eyes on that guy really kind of creep me out. But at the same time, I'm fascinated, and so I'm going to make those. I got plastic to make a stencil. I'm going to make a Krampus stencil. I'm going to paint Krampus. And I got a few other things. Oh, that's good to know. That makes it even better when the like voice actors or actors are super kind and great people. That makes it even better. I've never been to a Comic-Con. I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad. I think that would be a lot of fun. I wanted to do Oogie Boogie because I've actually got some coffee bags, some burlap coffee bags, but I was like, I don't know, is he creepy? I could take the top corner and make his head and just kind of position the bag where it just naturally is him. I don't know. I could do that. It doesn't have to be for the witches of whatnot. I am inspired by so many things. I'm not like a pastel and paint kind of person, but I get inspired by those things lately, and so like everything inspires me. But it's also like I'm discovering what I truly love to create. Oh, okay, that would be interesting. So I wouldn't have to make them out of air dried clay per se. But I want to experiment with making things that I love to make. You know, even if like, I want to rehome the stuff and sell it, it'll take some time to find the right person cuz not, hey, Bat Mom. Oh, Raid. Welcome in everyone. Welcome in. Oh, the stencil idea would be great. So we're dyeing paper and we're talking about ideas for the witches of whatnot, things that we're making, and we're also talking about Nightmare Before Christmas and making like a oogie boogie. I would say art piece because I want to do that, and I guess I don't have to do it for the witches of whatnot. I can do it for fun. As far as like the dyeing goes, I'm using the beet tops from the beet paper. It smells like grass from a compost pile. But if this is really cool and people end up wanting to buy it, it'll come with that disclaimer. I'm also thinking of scanning the pieces and printing them because then that saves it from the fragrance. Because I know if I want to use this in books, because I'm also actually making so a book with a spine, so a decorative book, not being called a junk journal, but it's going to be the naughty list, and it's going to be Krampus themed. The cover and the spine. The inside, it might have blank pages, so you could do whatever you want with it. But the book is going to be a Krampus's naughty list. So I want to use pages like this for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I also want to make some simple, like maybe staple bound notebooks that are naughty list because not everybody's going to want the big, huge one. I think that'd be really cool. I do want to make that for witches of whatnot, and then create. I'm thinking of making a like a simple silhouette Krampus art piece for the notebooks and printing it off, and then making that. So that's going to be a super lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Bish. Thank you. I know. I got back on my train of thought and I forgot to say thank you to Kristen. Kristen, if you're here, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, and thank you everyone else for coming in. I appreciate it. Happy Friday. Would you like some coffee? Kristen, it's been a while since I've bookmarked your shows. I think I will follow that advice too. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to air dry these because these are supposed to turn out nice and gray. No, I actually, you know what? I appreciate that because then that reminds me, like, hey, Dion, manners, whatnot. I really appreciate that. And also, I haven't really modded before, and I know there's some trains coming up where I will be, so I'm trying to learn. I appreciate that. So no need for sorries. Mama butt. I love that. Mom and Shanna. Wait, Shanna, if you're still here, did you do your first show yet? I have it bookmarked, but did I miss it? No. Okay. So you're doing the witches or whatnot, and then on 8/3 or August 3rd is your first show. I'm just gonna click the bell because I don't want to miss it. I had it bookmarked. Yes. Oh no. I'm gonna practice right now. Raid! Oh, you guys, thank you. Kristen, thank you so much for the raid. Are you guys following Kristen? Kristen, I didn't realize how funny you were. We were in a show the other day and you were making me laugh. So, but I also hear really good things about you, and I love being part of this community with you. So, guys, I would love it if you guys would follow Kristen Louise, bookmark their shows. I love it. I would say you won't be sorry, but I cannot offer you a money back guarantee. Thank you so much. I get nervous during shows, so I'm really trying to help myself relax. That's what I say in my heart. I appreciate that. I feel like every show I can get a little bit more relaxed. Okay, so we're gonna air dry this. This is for the beat tops, and I don't know if you can see because this window is really bright, but this actually looks like a dark green, maybe other things to you, but on the video that I saw on the other platform that I watched it on, this turned gray. I'm hoping for that. I want that. Oh, do you really? Oh, you know what? I'm tempted to talk to my doctor. She's offered me stuff before, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not good. I mean, I mostly am, but I could be better. I was talking to my husband last night because we went for dinner. Date night, yay! And I was like, so I have 3 trains coming up in July, and the first, like, I'm looking forward to all of them, but I'm really looking forward to the first one because Bish, I was talking to him about you, and then like the theme for the show, and I'm like, I love this, and I know I don't need to be nervous, but I feel like really sick. I'm like, have you ever felt really sick? He's like, yeah. He competes in judo tournaments. He's like a 5th dan. Is that like a 5th level black belt? Because that's what I'm trying to say. So of course he has. He's like, yeah. And I looked at him funny, like, no, you don't. He goes, well, I used to get sick before almost every competition. And I'm like, that's my bad. That's valid. You don't need me to tell you that that's valid. Okay, I get it. But I said, I feel so nervous. This was some of the tea dyed papers. You can't see how dark this is. Here, I'm gonna. There we go. That's better. Whoops. I've done so many shows and I still panic like it's my first. So that's really relatable, actually. I'm sorry that happens to you. The meds part, I think, is very inspiring. I know, I do too. Like before this, I was like, well, what am I afraid of? My goodness. But then also reminding myself, those feelings are valid. And I will get through it. Because I'm a strong, independent woman. I know, I love them. And that was with the tea. So there's some, because these are just some of the plain white printer papers from the thrift store, right? And I just dipped them a long time and let them air dry. But the full plain printer papers don't turn out like this. It's the smaller ones. And then these little books. I've also got music page books. So I'm going to dye some more of those. I'm trying to keep everything separate so I don't mix them all together. That's a lot of fun. I like dyeing papers, so I'm looking forward to using them in my decorative books. I really, really am. And I'm excited to make them. I had other ideas yesterday. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this one. And I was like, wait, I should probably really get inspired for the ones for the trains next month. And then I can go all willy-nilly. I almost joined a 4th event in July. I don't want to overload myself because then I'll not really half-ass it, but I would half-ass my in real life stuff, and I don't want to do that. But there was a week-long virtual market where you can post multiple times. You guys may know of it. It's on a different platform. But I was like, look, it's not, I can't. I just can't. I want to enjoy life, not be stressed out. Because as it is, I think I could benefit from some help with that. But I did discover, so my daughter is going to school to be an esthetician. She just turned 21. I have permission to tell you guys all of this, by the way. I was able to do one of my 2 little, I was her model for her first first facial treatment. She did the full facial on me, and I was like, It was actually the second time. She did the first one at home. And I was like, wow. I didn't know that. I thought it was like only for relaxing, which is not a bad thing. But then to me, that seems optional, sort of like massage, right? But it actually has physical benefits for my body. And now I want to get the facial treatment done at the salon. I know how that sounds, but that's not what I'm talking about. Regularly, like I've already booked my next one, and hand treatments and things like that. So I think that's going to also help me take a minute. It's just taking care of my body. It's already helping with my stress levels. Because I don't want to take on too much. Like I see a lot of trains around here, lots of events. Unfortunately, I had to not do one of them that I was going to do. Bye. Safe travels and happy Friday. Thanks again. But I had to get out of one because of another thing that I had signed up to volunteer and help her with. It was a different day than I thought. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to overload myself. But I always try, and then I have to go backwards on that. So I'm going to see how this turns out. Ooh, I should go get the stencil and see how that worked. Ooh, it did. I cannot tell you how many bits of paper there are around the house, but I clean it up every day. Can you guys see that? I'm also going to use this for content for other places. These show screen grabs on the replays are very helpful for that. A little tip. So these are like lots of little strips of the tea-dyed papers. I like to make the paper ruffles with it. I really, really try not to waste any paper. It does happen sometimes. I'll be transparent, but not very much. And any packaging that comes through here, my husband and daughter are both like, do you want this? I'm waiting for my daughter's boyfriend to bring all her stuff and be like, hey, this looked really cool, this bag. Do you want to use this? Yes, I do, and thank you. So I'm going to move these. So what I did with this, it is still wet, so I don't know if this is going to work. So this, if you can see here, is a piece of the beet dyed paper, and I took the stencil because the beet dyed paper was dry. It was from like last week. I put the stencil on here and I sprayed it with water because if you like to use stencils, all of these dyed papers in my bin, oh, not really. I'll have to let it dry. It does have some marks here. Like you can kind of see it is drying that way, but I may have taken it up too soon. But I'm going to set it down and we're going to keep trying. So, when I say, hey, don't pick up your stencil till it's dry, don't do that. But I got excited because I could see the outline. But we'll just have to do that. Finish that one up some other time. I'm going to weigh it down so it stays there. Oh, I don't have to now. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Please still dry. So if you have stencils, that will work for you with the dyed paper. And I'm looking forward to this one drying because this will be a gray, hopefully. It looks like Letty helped me with this, but she did not. She didn't, I promise. Ooh, also, if anybody else here likes to dye their own paper, if you save your dye, I like to save like I call them Tupperwares, but they're not. Tupperwares from like food that you get. Because the deli meats that we've been getting don't come with a lot, but they come in all of these things. Like, what? Really? So we reuse them. And if anything, I also use them for the dyes. Because if I'm not going to finish this today, which I am, I will put it in here and freeze it. I haven't thawed them out yet, but I'm going to try and make sure that it still is concentrated. And I'm going to see if I have to like remake some dye to strengthen it up. sometimes when you thaw things out and they change. So I'm going to try that. I don't know if anybody else has. If you have, I would love some advice if you have any. If not, I will science that and feel free to share the information with you. Kind of did this with bread when I used to do the food blogging thing. I could not make bread because when they tell you warm water, I thought hot is better, right? No, hot will kill your yeast. And so I had to learn that it has to be warm water. But and all the mistakes I made for bread baking, I ended up learning a lot. And for the paper dyeing, I use my own papers in my books, my decorative books. And so I use my papers, but I also share some with you guys. So you want to take a look at the bin if you guys are interested in getting any dyed papers. I have, for those of you who just came in, this is the beet dyed paper. Some pages are with beetroot powder. Some are with the fresh roots that I created the dye with. I have the plain papers that were once the white paper. And I also have repurposed paper from thrift stores. There's a combination of both in the packs, even music sheets. These are so fun. And these ones smell pretty good, actually. The beetroot powder ones smell really good. And then we've got the tea papers. And again, these will all work with your stencils. If you wet them, get your stencil nice and flat. Might even need to iron it. You can do that too. So I'm going to be making more papers today. It's just so much fun. I need more coffee papers because I'm low on those. But I'm going to let this dry and let it turn a nice gray color. And then maybe in the next show I will show you. And if you don't see it, then let me know. I'm glad you got to stop by too. Thank you so much. I always love seeing you. Happy Friday. I hope the rest of your day is awesome. Welcome in, Sophia. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just finishing up dyeing some paper. This one I'll have to air dry. I have a whole stack system on my kitchen table right now, working on setting up a system, but I'm going to be letting these air dry. These are the beet tops, and these will probably dry gray. So we'll revisit that next time. Have you ever tried the borax spray on National Geographic? Oh. No, you know what? I did not get to try that. Did you mention that before too? Because I haven't been able to find any National Geographic pages. I feel like that would make some beautiful art. Givey Goblin. Welcome in. I'm going to make a note of that somehow. Letty. Oh, sweet, I have my notepad. I have my notepad and my breakfast waiting. My brownie that we got at the casino last night. It's a good brownie. Because I think I know of a thrift store that might have some. And borax spray. I love that. I love those kinds of ideas for some of the notebooks I'm making. Decorative books where I decorate the spine and the cover, and then the notebooks with like the cool designs on them. That would be super, super cool. Is that what you like to make? Is it Shell Marie? I think I remembered seeing you in Fei-Fei's show last night. I'm in Washington State. Shell Marie's Creative Corner. Oh, okay, I see. You're on. I love paper a whole lot, but I also like Hazy. I also like painting and all things art, creating things that make me go. You smoosh the pages together after you spray and then pull them apart. Ooh. You know what? National Geographic pages would be cool. I also have some like brochures and some like thick magazine type stuff. I'm gonna try that. Okay. But then my curious brain is like, I mean, I do need thicker paper. You're not wrong. Obviously, you're the one telling me about it. But if I did it with thinner paper and it made kind of a mess, would it be cool when it dries? Would it look cool? I had to check your shows, see if you have anything coming up. No, I'd like to try that because I have. Do I have borax? Am I doing that now? Won't work on. Oh, it won't work on the thick magazine pages unless you just spray and don't move them. So, like, if I spray them and let them sit. Oh, thin. Oh, got you, got you. Okay, because it's like a brochure. Let me see. It's like a brochure with thicker pages, I think. I'm curious. Okay. Well, so the yeah, the pages in this to me they're thicker than the average magazine page, but I'm thinking maybe the cover perhaps outside on non-windy days. Oh, that would be interesting to try. I love experimenting. That'd be cool because then these wouldn't look like what they are, like ads or whatever. Hmm. That would be very interesting. I would love to try that. Thank you for that tip. And I will share what comes of it. I can do it outside, even on like the edge, right outside the garage too, when it's not windy. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to trying that. I love experimenting. So I'm going to let this dry and hopefully it turns gray. If not, it is what it is. This dye is not responsible for my assumptions. And you can do a lot. I did them on my patio so they dry fast. Yeah, and if it ever like warms up here, or maybe I'm just inside a lot because I feel like it's not. I mean, it has not been as hot as it has been the last several years here. That's one thing, but it has been on the cooler side. So we'll see about that. But I'm gonna have that on my list. I think I have borax, so that might be something to try at least next week. And especially depending on what it is, I've got free trains coming up in July. I could use those for that. That would be a lot of fun. I am in Washington State in Puyallup. Well, my mailing address is Puyallup, but I'm actually in Graham. I mostly grew up. I moved here. I was born in Hawaii. That's where my mom's from. We moved here when I was about 5 years old, and I grew up in the Snoqualmie Valley. Oh, so not like neighboring cities, but I love Port Townsend. Has it been kind of cooler up there too? Because it hasn't. The last few years, it got up to 100 several times by now. Like we were in heat, but it has not been that hot here this year, and I'm grateful. I'm not complaining. Not too far. Definitely neighbors compared to a lot of the people on here. Yeah, drier than normal too. Because we haven't used our AC very much either. Which it was 2021, 2022. It was May. We had over 100-degree temperatures, and that was way too hot. Not even all the fans we had were not even taking anything off of that. And there's a wild and weird PNW train coming up in July too. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh no, your pond. I hope I get the rain. It was kind of a weird year, I think. Well, I mean, I've been saying that every year because it's not really. It's changing. It's changing. Oh, my husband's. We're gonna actually be in Bremerton more often. They're gonna be opening another location where he works in Bremerton not too long from now. Oh, I used to be in Bremerton a lot, hanging out. I like it up there. My accountant is actually in Silverdale. We do most things virtually though, but my accountant's up there too. Kathy, welcome in, welcome in. I know, I like it here. I like it here. It's nice and homey. For a little while, we lived in Roy and Eatonville, and in Roy, we did not have very much internet, so this is really nice. We have internet here that is fast. We have grocery delivery. The first time I ordered something from DoorDash, that was like, oh my goodness. Can we not live in Roy anymore? That was awesome. I'm so happy to have met you and had this conversation. And thank you for that tip. I appreciate that. I can't wait to try. Oh, you were? You were on the Big Island before moving here 14 years ago. I want to go there. I've never been to the Big Island. I've been to Maui. I've been to Kauai. I've been to Oahu. Not the Big Island. My husband he was born in Honolulu. Okay. So we want to go back home. He's got a ton of places he wants to take me because he grew up back home. He went to Kamehameha High School. So he learned a lot about our history too, things I never knew. You're wearing Kona. Ooh, how much did you love Alaska? I want to go there so bad. A couple weeks ago, was this 2 to 3 weeks ago? When we were all able to see the northern lights up here, I cried because I've always wanted to see them. And I've wanted to visit Alaska and just see how, like, because, you know, here in Washington, I live in kind of a city. It might not be as big as Seattle, but it's still city. I want to go to Alaska and just experience the not city. I miss it so bad. Oh. So at least you get to visit. I bet it's hard to leave. And then coming back here might be hard because I know it can be hard coming back here to home after going someplace that really feels like home. I'm due for a trip back home. We can't go now. We won't be able to go for a little while, but when we do go, I'll probably be doing some shows from back home. And doing some, because I know people do like they sell the snacks and auctions. We'll be doing that. I know. Oh, that would make it so easier to see everybody. Because that's quite a trek. I'm so happy that we met. I'm so happy we got to chat. I almost wasn't going to go live today because I was tired, and I might nap later, but I think 2 hours is a pretty good show because it was really fun. Got to do some paper dyeing and share some results from the paper dyeing. But I'm going to wrap this up now. I hope that you have an awesome day. Anybody watching the replay and the multicast, happy Friday. I hope your day was awesome. Follow Shell Marie. If I remember correctly, you might be having a show coming up sometime soon. Was that what you said last night? I didn't see one schedule, but yay! I will keep my eyes open and I will talk to you soon. Bye.